We have two files, Your Honor.
I only have one.
Is this, I guess, is this James Grant Tanner or James Edward Tanner?
It is James Edward.
Okay, well, James Grant Tanner's going back in the file. This would be a 769 offer on this matter, Your Honor.
With
12
Batters
months
Council.
probation, Batters Council.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, $400 in costs. Mr. Tanner, I'm going to put you in a breakout room to talk to the MIDC attorney, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hang on
Thank you,
one
Your
second. And Mr. Tanner, all you have to do is hit join,
Yes, ma'am.
and we'll see you in a minute. Miss Patton, did you get the motion on Kimball?
I did, Judge, and I'm reading it right now. I'm almost
All
done.
right, let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
Storing files in the window.
They put you in a side room? Excuse me? They put you in a
Your
side
Honor.
room? Not yet.
Your Honor.
Hang on just a second. I'm on the phone with Heather.
Okay.
What are these?
Hey, Neto, do me a favor.
No.
Monitor this for a second.
I'm taking my lunch.
You're always on lunch. So I live stream on this guy real quick.
That's fine. Hey, Hobbs, will you watch this for a second so I can leave? Thank you. So am I. Come on, let's go. Hurry up. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on.
You know it's not muted, right?
Anyway, come on, let's go. No, I don't believe you. You always.
Officer Neto,
Yeah. No, I
his
don't.
name is Kevin.
Hey, is there a red microphone at the bottom left of that screen?
He just got done talking to his attorney.
Okay, so Mr. King, I'm done reading the motion. If you're talking to me, you're muted.
Sorry about that. We have an in custody and we're trying to negotiate if we're going to do it. Hang on just a second.
Your Honor, I apologize. I had you guys muted.
No,
on
no,
both
no, no, no.
lines.
I apologize. I was trying to get, Huron Township had it in custody and then they were trying to, we got it worked out. Anyway.
I have that matter at the Third Circuit. I just had. to
Yep,
zoom.
okay. Are we ready to go, Ms. Patton, on People versus James Kimball?
Yes, I'm ready, Judge.
Okay, on People versus James Kimball, this matter was set for a hearing today on a, yep, you can take those, on a bond revocation, although I'm a little bit confused. Oh, because it says that the bond that was issued by Judge Oakley is a 10,000 cash or surety. Did he post that bond?
I'm unsure, Your Honor. I know.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Yes, Heather. Yeah, I apologize because Judge Oakley had written on the file yesterday, and so that confused me. Okay, go ahead with your argument, Mr. King. I'm with you now.
Your Honor, this is the second time that the court's been apprised of a bond violation by having contemplating witness. As the court will see from its file on August 28th, the police filed a notification with the court of conditional release violation. It's my understanding that the defendant had contact with the complaining witness. They were present at an establishment together. This is an establishment owned by the complaining witness's ex-husband, where she used to work. The defendant was present at the location. Not that the complaining witness did not call the police. However, a third party who's familiar with these people called the police, and when the police arrived, the two of them were found to be together. This is, again, the second time that he's violated the court's no contact order. Additionally, in speaking with the complaining witness, I was quite shocked to learn that she intended to take him to an Amtrak station so he could leave the state for work. And I believe that would also be showing to the court that he's not taking these matters seriously. He's planning on.
I have a question. What is there new charges with 35th? What's the deal in the 35th?
Arrested him on the violation of conditional release. They did not submit for new charges as far as I know. I'm unsure.
They took him in front of Judge Lowe.
Yeah, and I'm unsure if they're charging it locally or what's going on with that matter.
So you're asking,
Based on his two violations, I am asking for revocation.
Ms.
Does he
Patton,
have a case in 35th? A different case?
I don't know. I have that he was in front of a judge in 35th yesterday. Oh, for goodness sakes, Heather, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently Judge Oakley talked to them yesterday and said Judge Lowe shouldn't have heard a violation of our bond. And so not quite sure how that happened, but there are no new charges. It's just the bond violation with us.
Okay. Judge, it is my understanding from talking to Mr. Kimball that there was a bond violation hearing on or about September 29th, 2020. His bond conditions from.
Yeah, and Judge Oakley said to him, no contact means no contact. No contact means no contact. So much to the extent, Ms. Patton, that Judge Oakley wrote on the file, talking about himself in third person. BAO told defendant what no contact means. That means that Judge Oakley was completely annoyed with the defendant that we're having multiple conversations with him about what no contact means.
I do understand that, Your Honor. If I could bring to the court's attention, though, I know the no contact is with her and then a specific location. This is not that specific location. It's somewhere else out in the public. It's unclear to me.
He thinks that he can have contact with her not at the Lake Point address?
No, what I was going to say is it's unclear to me based on the motion, and Mr. Kimball denies it, that they arrived to that location together, that he was there to pick up tools. He had spoken with the ex-husband to let him know that he was coming to pick up the tools, that she was not supposed to be there. She did not arrive with Mr. Kimball. Not quite sure how or why she came to the location. So my only thing of mentioning that it was not the location that he was not told that he shouldn't go to is that he was at a place that, other than for her being there, he could have legally been at, and it would not have been a violation of the bond. It's his
Comments
premise
to
that
that, Mr. King? I mean, is
When
there?
the police arrived, they were found together at this location. He could have and should have turned tail and left when he saw her at this location. No.
Especially after Judge Oakley has explained to him what no contact means.
I do understand that. I just wanted to point that out, that the complaining witness did not arrive there with him. He went there for another purpose, and
All right,
his intention was not to violate the bond.
Well, let me ask you a question. What are we doing with this case? What are we doing with the underlying case? It's not set. It's not set for anything. Yeah, Mr. King, you're muted.
Wasn't it set for a pretrial, Your Honor?
It just says pretrial to be set. So yeah, I'm gonna set it for a pretrial right now.
He was, wasn't he? He was in KPS back on,
He was at KPS at some point. Yep.
yeah.
No, in July, I wrote pretrial to be set, and I think it
Oh, I-
was just literally say, it's not a KPS. He's not a, he doesn't have a
That
KPS
was my
history.
note from yesterday.
It was just yesterday, but he was in custody at the 35th. Here's my
And Judge-
question.
Well,
Here's
even
my
if you can
question, and
look-
I don't know if you've talked to the victim at all in this case. Is there an offer on the table, and let's deal with the underlying, what we're doing with this case, and then I'll figure out the bond.
And Judge, if I could just mention too, based on the motion I just read, the complaining witness, not that this is what the court has to go by, but the complaining witness has asked for contact from Mr. Kimball as well.
That's accurate, Yara. The complaining witness is, has made those representations. However, the order of the court remains the order of the court until modified, and it's yet to be modified.
Absolutely.
Based on my conversation the other day with the complaining witness and my brief review of the file, it appears he's eligible for 769. I think this would be appropriate case for 769, 12 months probation, better counseling, and no assaultive contact.
So you would be willing to amend it to a no assaultive contact if there's a plea?
If there's a plea based on my speaking with the complaining witness. yesterday.
Miss Patton, do you want to talk to Mr. Kimball?
Yes, Your Honor.
me
How
put-
long is the 769 period?
A
The delay
year,
period? A year?
and it's $400 and batter's
Okay.
counseling.
Okay.
Let me put you in a breakout room. And then Mr. Bowditch,
We're ready on Mr.
People
Tanner, Your
versus
Honor.
James Tanner. You had an
Your Honor, for the
opportunity to,
record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Tanner.
Miss Patton, did I not put you in that room? Yeah. Oh, you froze. All right, yeah, you've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Tanner. What are we doing on this case?
Your Honor, Mr. Tanner requests a bench trial.
You know what? I'm gonna set it on December the 1st at 9 a.m. Mr. King, then that'll lock that date in.
9 a.m. on the first, Your Honor.
9 a.m. on December 1st. Anything else for the record on this? Because otherwise I'll go off and get Mr. Tanner's contact information.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further.